Good evening. This is Ginni Aneja, Numerologist and Tarot card reader. As you already know, welcome to my channel. And this is the long promised reading for the two eclipses that are going to come up on the 23rd, I believe, 26th, I believe we have the lunar eclipse, and on the 10th of June, I think we have the solar eclipse. Now, as I have explained earlier, that the eclipses do bring major changes in our life regarding everything. So first I'm going to do a general reading on what it is going to bring in our lives, in the world's lives, and then I will do specifically for relationships, health, and finance. After that, I will do for all the 12 sun signs. So it could be sun sign, moon sign, or your ascendant. You can take it as that. So you can read here all the three if you know what they are. And after that, I am going to do a couple of more special cards. One is to know about COVID, and the other one is to know about Sushant Singh's case. And let's see what generally this lunar eclipse and solar eclipse is going to bring. So, first the lunar eclipse. It's going to bring there may be a loss of finance, there may be a loss of patience, there may be certain kinds of natural calamities that will disturb the businesses or even the farms. So in case there are hurricanes, tornadoes, cyclones, rain, unprecedented rain, and that may bring a lot of financial issues, but more than anything, it's going to upset people. It's going to make them more emotionally and mentally disturbed. And after that, um, as far as relationships are also concerned, like we've already discussed, and we all know that because of lockdowns in certain places, people are thrown together and they are seeing sides of each other, where the frustration, desperation, and stress of all kinds regarding health and finances, especially, is affecting them to a level where they are taking it out on each other, and they're not happy with each other. Um, there may be, there may be, they may try and find ways and means to come out of this situation, to find creative ways to, restart their business, or do their business in a manner where they may not face this kind of loss. And I believe that if you would, you know, listen to your wives, it would be helpful, be it wife, mother, sister, daughter. So the female energy is very strong here. Okay. Okay. So I do see relationships going haywire. Uh, well, the lunar eclipse is going to be in Taurus, and we already have Rahu, the North Node, sitting there, and Mercury is going to go retrograde on 23rd, and Venus is also there. So yes, definitely the solar eclipse will stress on the fact, and again I come to the same thing. What I see is okay. So again, the same thing stresses on the farms, on the business, on probably the factories, and I see some natural calamities coming up more Financial loss, yes. Earthquakes, cyclones again, volcano maybe somewhere. And but people will manage to come out of it. They will survive. They will, adapt. They will learn how to make the best of the situation. Only problem is that it's going to affect the health, the relationships a lot. This phase is going to affect the relationships a lot, especially um, the sexual relationships. Now, I don't know what it is exactly that is affecting the physical intimacy. Maybe it is because of the mental and emotional issues that the physical intimacy may be affected, and either they may not want to, or uh, unless it brings rapes. It could also mean marital rape, doesn't necessarily have to mean otherwise. But then, yes, just today I read that in Afghanistan, a school of girls, a lot of girls, I think quite a big number, were raped by uh, one of the terrorist agencies. I think it was, I'm not very sure, but if I read right and if I remember right, I think it was the ISI. So this has happened today. The news has come today, and a lot of those girls are dead. And I see that there is a possibility that this may happen. Also, I see uh, pregnancies that um, the pregnancy is going to be affected. So you're, if you are already uh, if you're already pregnant, then you need to really take care that you stay indoors on these 2 days, and you do not cut any vegetables or fruits. You do not use any sharp instruments. You do not eat. Try and drink water, uh, but only if you need it. Of course, eat before the eclipse or after the eclipse, but you need to be really very careful about what exactly you are doing during that eclipse period. They say that it affects the child, like children who are born with a cleft lip and physical deformities and all. So just be very careful about that. So this was the general reading. Anybody who has invested, okay, so I see that the investments here, so I guess the markets may crash. They may go haywire. So it'll be a disturbed graph, up and down. So the markets, the investments are going to be affected definitely. So this was the general reading. Now let's come to specifically first relationships, because it seems that the relationships are going to go super haywire. And I think that's what I need to, you need to, really be patient. I will take out, when I do the relationship, health and finances, I will take out guidance cards on what is it that you're meant to do to save yourself that suffering and trouble. Okay, I was guided, I would say. Generally, I use angels or crystals around me, but this time for good luck, so that it brings good luck to everyone. I was guided towards this unicorn, uh, who I find really colorful and sweet. So may this unicorn guide us to better times. Whatever may happen, may only herald better times in the future. So, how is going to affect relationships? Okay. Uh, so yes, again, this specifies the physical part of the relationship, and I was right about rape. I do see that part. So please, men, I would urge you all to protect your female members of the family. Um, that is something I see that you need to do that. Stress, I see mounting, and you may face certain hurdles as far as your work is concerned. There may be minor accidents. There may be accidents, so you need to take care of that. Sudden accidents, sudden situations that you were not expecting or even thought about. Blood pressure, please take care of your blood pressure. And this may, this is a reading for relationships, but I'm just saying about what I see here. I see that blood pressures may rise, which may give way to anger, which may give way to heated exchange of words. But after that, so again, this is going to be a very up and down graph. Things will calm down, things will settle, and once that outburst is, that outburst happens, you can calm. So if you know that somebody else is going through this outburst, just you make sure that you are calm and do not react, and handle it with a lot of patience and love. In spite of that, I feel you will feel hurt, you will feel lonely, you'll feel like out in the cold, and you'll feel like um, you're absolutely alone, there is no support, and you wouldn't know what to do and how to handle this. But nothing is lost, because eventually I see that the divine will come to your rescue and things will be better. uh, Broken hearts can be mended, and differences can be sorted. So I see that happening, and that will eventually bring stability in the relationship. So let that phase pass. And I would definitely like to see what is the guidance for relationships, because what is more important is guidance and not predictions. We can change these predictions by the right. This card comes again. Okay, so one is worry is a wasted, can you see it, wasted emotion. So stop worrying about it even from now, thinking that, oh, this is going to happen. So no, don't focus on it and manifest it in your life. So stop worrying. Even when that does happen, stop worrying about it. Live your bliss, live every moment. You know, when something like that is happening, even when somebody is uh, arguing with you, fighting with you, or telling you off, or putting you down, just stand, try. I know it's difficult, but just try and stand outside of yourself and have a third person's point of view, and try and understand that person and love yourself. Like, you can hug yourself, you can tell yourself in your heart, I love you irrespective, and I am proud of you for being patient, for being loving, and for being understanding. Also, when things get really tough, this card I just received today, and it's come for a second time, saying release toxic relationships. And if you think that things are really, really going beyond your control, and you would not like to continue with something like this, you'd rather be better off, I would say take some guidance, probably take some counseling or take some guidance, and try and release the toxic relationship. Sometimes it's important to release the toxicity affecting you, but sometimes it's important to release the relationship itself. Now coming to health. So not COVID, I'm not talking about COVID here. That I will do a separate section altogether. Coming to health generally, how is health going to play out? Emotional upheavals, lot of stress. So the same card has come back and it says injury, accidents, blood pressure, frustrations, getting the better of you, and all of that. So that will, but other than that, hormonal issues, because it's the lunar eclipse, so hormonal issues for women, stress related issues. So BP is already there, but food poisoning, poisonous gases. Okay, so for some reason, I feel that there's going to probably be a poisonous gas leak somewhere, which may affect the lives of people. Okay, that's affecting me. So it that means it's yeah, volcano. So people affected by that. And I have the moon card here, which says the moon is going to have effect on the emotional body, and not it's not. So whatever is going to happen is not going to reveal itself to you completely. It'll happen over a phase of time, but this is how things are going to shift. So between the lunar and the solar, things will shift. And after the solar eclipse happens, maybe, a week, 10 days after that, you will realize the exact picture. Because, and not even that, actually, I feel by the month of July, because Mercury retrograde, which is going to be with Rahu, right now it is in Gemini, but it's going to move. By the time we have the solar eclipse, is going to move into Taurus, so it's not going to give you a clear picture, and this is going to affect the families more than the people who are into relationships or affairs. It's going to affect the families more. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a spouse relationship. It could be with your children, it could be with your parents, it could be with your grandparents, even your teacher. So the father, the mother specifically, and your grandfather, or maybe a teacher who, an elder person in the family who you look up to, there may be certain shift in that relationship, as in it doesn't necessarily have to be bad. Um, you can just try and be patient and take it as it comes. Now, I'm talking to you and you are the one who's listening to the video, so it has to be you. Unless the family sees this video and they understand that they all have to contribute in their own manner. And when it comes to health, I also see that there may be some deaths in the family. I'm not saying each and every family in the world is going through that, but extended families sometimes, and it is already happening due to COVID. But in this case, I do not see it happening because of COVID. This I see happening because of other reasons. Like I said, gas leak, food poisoning, blood pressure, brain hemorrhage, and we also saw how, I don't know how many of you are aware that the fungal infection in the masks given to, the oxygen given to people, the fungal infection in those masks or in those pipes is affecting the health of people. So some people, maybe if the infection was really small and it may spread later, like it, maybe it at that, maybe they've recovered and the effect may come in later on. So I see that happening. Now coming to finances. So we finished relationships, we finished health, and now we come to finances. What I will do is, I think I will cut parts of this later on. I'll upload this entire video and then I will edit it into small parts, uh, separate for relationships and separate for health and separate for COVID and everything. But when it comes to signs, I am not, it's going to be too much of an effort to actually be doing 12 sun signs and then others. So for those, you'll have to see this video, please. Now coming to finances. So we've already seen that in the general reading that finances are going to be affected. So how are they going to be affected? And what is the changes that it is going to bring? So a deeper insight into the financial aspect. So initially it may be good. Okay, so I see that people may actually waste. So I believe by then the lockdown will have opened and people will actually waste a lot of finances in celebrating I don't know what. It could also mean that investing in an expansion or business or work. So that may also happen. Um, okay, I got the same card here, but in this case it is a little different. So yes, the market does come down. There is a perspective. It may come down to a point and then be stagnant. Investments, property, stagnant. After it may appreciate slightly in between, and then there'll be a waiting period. And you will feel that, okay, I've got this. But that's going to take a long time. Celebration time is way off. It's going to take a long time. So this is not the right time to celebrate whatever it is. In case you're uh, planning to celebrate a marriage, a birth of a baby, or anything like that, I would suggest that you do not have parties or big functions and occasions and all of that. Some people, so those people who probably lost their job, may get a job. So yes, financially I see ups and downs, but in this case I see that they may get a job. On the other hand, there may be some who may lose their job. So a very mixed energy. Babies, yes. So there may be people who may actually get pregnant. Yes, they may get pregnant during this phase. I see people who have probably been trying for a baby and have not been able to conceive, out of the blue suddenly getting pregnant. So that is one possibility. That's a nice thing. Although this was supposed to be finance, but this is what I saw and this is what I'm, whatever comes to me, I'm going to say. Um, Are people at work going to be having, okay, so there may be a possibility that people who join work or start going to work may end up having extramarital affairs, or maybe having affairs with colleagues, or become close to colleagues. I don't see closed, I see affairs, or some kind of, right. So it's not going to be an affair. It's going to be more like, fine, I will give you this job, or I will give you this increment if you sleep with me. Sad. That's abuse. But that's how it may be. That's sad. People are going through hell, and people, some people who may be privileged actually can even think on those lines. I'm shocked. Okay. Now, coming to the signs, the 12 signs. How are these 12 signs people who have the sun signs or the moon signs or the ascendants? What are these eclipses, both of them, going to bring in their life? Okay, what is the solar eclipse going to bring? What is the lunar eclipse going to bring? Let's see. So first, the lunar eclipse. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. And then the solar eclipse. So Aries, for Aries, the lunar eclipse may kind of bring good news and celebration time. And for Taurians, it's more about work, it's more about business, it's more about confidence, or certain decisions that you may need to make. And Gemini, this is a learning period for you. You need to, instead of being hassled by whatever happens, you need to have patience and think about what is the learning involved in this. And for Cancerians, I'm not surprised. Cancerians, it's a time of transformation. It's a complete transformation phase. Let's see what's going to happen, what transformation this is going to bring now. Spiritual transformation, yes, but Leos are, again, there is a shift in the Leo energy. They are going to be not very happy and satisfied with the way things are. And they may want to move away, break up from certain relationships, or there may be a shift in place. When it comes to Leo, Virgo, I definitely see them shifting. It's either a shift in the job, or it's a shift in the place of residence. Things will improve. Libra, as usual, romantic, all about love. all about romance. So I feel that there may be, if you are waiting for a wedding proposal, or if you're waiting for some kind of commitments, that may come into your life. And Scorpio, I see that this is the time when you need to organize your life, and because you are the one going to be most affected. So this is the time when you need to organize your life and put things in place, stabilize yourself, and lead the way. Um, Scorpio, Sagittarius. So you may feel cheated, you may feel robbed. It could not just mean money, it could also mean some kind of ideas. uh, Maybe somebody taking away credit, or somebody taking away that promotion or that job you were looking for. And you need to re-strategize and replan your life or your work, and maybe declutter. I would say just declutter, because decluttering and reorganizing your entire home, office table, cupboards, everything, it shifts the energies. So it's always better to do that. Capricorn, I see on top of the world, like they have it. It's their time. They, whatever they want, they can manifest. And they're going to be very active, energetic, and just be careful that you do not spread your energy in all directions. Aquarius, too much of confusion, uh, not grounded, making the wrong decisions. Please be careful. Do not sign any contracts without thinking about it 10 times, and checking the contract at least 3 times, or getting it checked by a lawyer. That is, if you're going to sign any contracts. If you're going to make any decision, be it for a relationship or a marriage, or anything, understand that you need to know the details of, go to the depth of whatever it is that you are planning to select or choose. Because you may end up, if you end up making the wrong choice, you may be in for a loss. It could even be a loss of finances, it could even be the loss of a relationship. So if you are planning to have an extramarital relationship or cheat behind your partner, then you will be caught, and things may turn out to be very difficult for you. Pisces, there are certain issues regarding finance, and you may be forced to go in for a loan. And just make sure somebody is not stealing from you. And here, in this case, I mean physically stealing money, or people who have taken a loan from you may not agree to return that money, or they may just refuse. I don't have the money, I can't give it to you. So that is another possibility I see. uh, okay, and then we come to the solar eclipse. So for Aries, the solar eclipse, yes. So here in this case, this is what exactly I was thinking about: celebration, pregnancy, and having babies. So this is what I see. This is a possibility. If you're Aries, sun, moon, or ascendant. So somebody is going to be having a baby. And for Taurians, the solar eclipse brings good times, celebration, happiness. Some of your wishes may actually come true. Gemini, you may meet somebody, and this may grow into a soulmate relationship or a long time friendship, unless you're single and you're looking for someone. That was Gemini, and this is Cancer. You need to be very careful, you need to be patient, you need to be very diplomatic and politically correct. Handle your circumstances with a lot of thought and care. Do not react angrily or uh, badly towards any kind of a situation, especially people who work under you. Leo, Um, so, like I said, that Leos may have to walk away from someone, have a breakup or something like that. I see that there is a breakup with friends, or there may be some disagreements with colleagues, or maybe your boss. So, that is what may lead to loss of job also. If you are not removed, then maybe you will decide that you do not want to continue anymore. Leo, Virgo. You're working hard and you're trying to manage a lot of things at once, and you will be able to balance it. You will be able to handle it. So there is nothing to worry about. These are going to be, so like I said, changes are going to bring in better times. So definitely better times. Virgo, Libra. So when you meet someone, somebody comes into your life, it's all about romance. Sometimes you need to let go of some people. If you've met someone and your current relationship is not very great, um, you obviously have to let go of the current relationship to get involved in the other one. But here, because this was the solar and then lunar and then now the solar, then I feel that whoever that person is that you will meet during the lunar eclipse is not going to be the right person. So enjoy the romance, enjoy the time, but do not get emotionally involved, because after the solar eclipse, and especially after probably the Mercury retrograde, you will realize that no, this person is probably not right, or we don't gel. So either you may want to walk away, and if you don't walk away, then you may want to talk things out and settle it accordingly. Coming to Scorpio, sometimes I'm amazed at the how the cards align. So yes, there is stability. Yes, you need to take control of the situation and organize your finances, your home, your family, and bring about stability. But this will put you in a phase where you really need to think about it and do not get carried away. If you need to take professional guidance, please do not hesitate, because it will only help you. Only make sure that you're not going around taking advice from people who may not mean the best for you. So some people can be a wolf in dog's clothing, something like that. And then we come to Sagittarius. Sagittarians are not going to be very satisfied. Like I said, that yes, they're not going to be very happy with the way things are turning out, and they'll be like, I'm done. I've had enough. Now, I'm just not interested. Let things happen the way they have to, and I'm just going to sit here and wait for this time to pass. Good. You should do that. Capricorns are going to be facing after the solar a little bit. So when I said lunar, I said that make sure you do not spread your wings in all directions. This says that if you do make wrong investments in the wrong places, then you may face financial I'm not saying crisis, I'm not saying major issues, but some kind of a financial pinch after the solar. So be very careful what you do during this phase, just before the lunar to the solar eclipse, and of course after. Aquarius. So, you're going to get some kind of guidance and intuition to do things in a particular manner with all the strength that you have and physical strength. Uh, uh, in case somebody is into sports, then they would do well. And in case somebody is into politics, then they are going to need all the strategy and planning that they can gather from their own self or from the divine to manage things the way they are going to unfold. Pisces. Okay. So Pisces are going to think, okay, I am on top of the world in spite of the fact that the financial things may not work out the way they want, but they will try and manage, and they will be able to manage anyhow to um, run their life and their work and finances and relationships and everything. Sweet talkers, so they will manage it. Even though the lunar eclipse, I said there may be some financial, disagreements due to finances, but they will manage it. Now, what is most important is the guidance. Okay, so we start again same way with Aries. Don't compromise. Okay, this is not the you I don't know, it's coming, it's not the mirror image. So don't, it is the mirror image, it's not the real image. Okay, so don't compromise is the guidance for you. Taurus. Healing. So there is some kind of healing that you may need or you should go for that. Now, healing doesn't necessarily mean only physical. It could be emotional, it could be mental, it could even be some kind of energy healing or meditation. Geminis, pause. Before you take that step, wait. Every time you're going to, and I am not surprised because Mercury is going to be in retrograde. So every time you're going to make that decision, you're going to speak something, you're going to write something, you're going to submit a project, you're going to go through an exam, whatever it is, wait, rethink, recheck travel plans, documents, speech, phone calls, text messages, pause, redo, rethink, reread, and then go ahead. Cancer, move. It's the time for you to move ahead. More than move ahead, I see ascension or evolution. Good. Leo, generosity. Learn to be generous, not just financially. When I say generous, compassion, kindness, appreciation is also generosity. So, um, Leos have a very high ego, but there's no harm in giving somebody a word of appreciation, a word of care, uh, being kind to someone out of the blue. People don't expect it from you, but just do it. And trust me, in turn, they will appreciate it. They will have respect for you. Sorry, a glass doesn't make any sense for me. Virgo, marriage. Okay, so marriage is on the cards for you. So no wonder I see people shifting, and then I see people working and managing everything. So sudden plans of marriage, I would say. Sudden plans of marriage. Libra, retreat, take a step back. Like it came for Gemini, pause. For Libra, it's retreat. So wait, go back, redo, rethink, you know, uh, what's that word? Recheck, and do not rush into any decisions, obviously, with these emotional issues coming here. So also, I would say the Librans, focus on your dreams. See what your dreams need to tell you. Uh, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. Heaven is watching over you. So you are safe, and the angels are looking after you. They're taking care of you and your children, your family. So there's nothing to worry about, especially if you're worried about your children. Please don't worry about your children. Sagittarians, pray. Sometimes, I've said this before also, sometimes God has written in your destiny that when you pray, you will receive what it is that you're wishing for. So pray. Pray for yourself, pray for others, pray for the world. Currently, whatever we are going through, please pray for the world. About, the sickness, COVID, virus, about the civil wars, about the attacks in Gaza. Gaza, it's called, right? And wow, Capricorns. Love comes into your life. That is nice. Good. I like this energy. I like the collective energy here. Aquarians, forgiveness. Time to forgive not only the others, even yourself. Forgive others, but most importantly, forgive yourself for all the wrong decisions you've taken in your life, all the mistakes you've made, all those people you've hurt unknowingly or unintentionally. So please do that forgiveness ritual. It'll hardly take you 1 minute. So please do that as often as you can. Every time you see yourself doing something which you should not have, please forgive yourself. And also forgive others, please. Everybody is going through their own hell, isn't it? Pisces, speak your truth. So Pisces are supposed to be one of the very romantic signs, and they are not very expressive at times because they may keep their emotions to themselves. They may talk about what is on their mind. Even this says, okay, this says speak your truth. So they may speak their mind, but they may not speak what is in their heart. So whatever is the truth, instead of hiding it, it says speak it out, because you may find a solution. There is no point in dragging things along. Find a solution. Now, this is done with all the sun signs and relationship and health and finances. Now, the other two subjects are COVID. So, COVID. I think I will do it live. So if you're new to this channel, if you're new, you're watching my video for the first time, please do subscribe. And if you like, you can click on the bell icon. If you like the video, please do click on the thumbs up. And don't forget to watch the live, the other video that I will do on COVID and the Sushant Singh case. I'm going to try and find out if there's going to be a shift there, because we've been waiting for justice for a long time now. It's going to be almost a year, and that is a sad part. So justice or the truth, whatever it is. So sorry about that shaking, my table shakes. Thank you so much for watching, and do share this video if you like it. Goodbye.